summon gargoyle is, and of course relying on more of your pets to deal DPS while laying on dots, hitting them with slows, and relying on clawing shadows to deal your DPS at range. And of course you're running infected claws to put your sores on the target so you can get that bursting effect off of clawing shadows. You really don't even got to get close to a target to deal the majority of Unholy's DPS right now. Did my pet die in that fight? That's kind of odd. Actually, I think I changed over asphyxiate. That's what happened there. I was like, did he really die to one person? That's kind of odd. But no, he didn't. Alright, so I'm going to be taking a look at some Ebon Fever here. Also want to be looking at, well, I wanted to look at Pestilent Pustules, but I mean, that's not going to work without Bursting Sores, obviously. Not very well. I guess I could take a look at Clawing Shadows now that we got the Ebon Fever, kind of that range there for that ranged out damage. 20% more damage over time in half the duration. I'm kind of curious how they were hitting. We saw they were hitting for about 160 to about 200 damage. I'm not sure how much that's going to scale with 20%, but we'll find out. As for the other talents, I mean, we could switch between these two. Clawing Shadows, not too much. Actually, we saw how much Defile did. Defile's amazing for that AoE damage over time, plus that Mastery buff's really going to be what stacks you up to that AoE. But I want to see what Dark Arbiter's doing, because increased damage for every one runic power you spend. It's going to be some insane runic power coming off that ability. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this target and just kind of stack up my runic power as much as possible. And then I'm going to nuke another target while just kind of mainlining, just dumping as much runic power as I can into the target. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that up just for fun, and just start dumping some RP into this guy. He'll probably die before I really. Okay, hold up. Which ability just hit that guy for 3.6 thousand? Which ability was that? Because at the moment, not only does Frost DKs have all this mechanical stability over Frost DK, but we just saw one of these things hit harder. Alright? And if it was this freaking Valkyrie Battle Maiden right here, that at 3.6? Hold up. No, stop. I don't want to fight anything. I want to look at my combat log. No! Make it scroll up. Hold on. Can we move my combat log? Is it stuck? It is stuck right now. Can I? Where's my scroll up button? Oh, it's on this side. What is this about? Alright. This is what happened to me. I want to take a look at my actions. Critical. Where is it at? That's Blood Strike. Your Unholy Strike healed you. Blah, 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 blah. We need to find out where that 3.6 mil actually came from. Melee hit Blood Troll Hexer. Your melees are hitting for 1.3 mil in two-hander? That is crazy. I think Frost was hitting for like 2 to 300 with one hand and like 2 to 300 with the other hand. But let's take a look. I'm trying to figure out where that came from. I'm fairly sure it was the Dark Arbiter. We'll check it out just taking a look at the Dark Arbiter's raw damage on the next thing that we fight, because that is insane. That is insane amount of damage coming out compared to what we were seeing on a different class yesterday. Dark Arbiter, we got 22 seconds on cooldown. If that's hitting for, 18 above 2k, roughly around in those situations, it's going to be really powerful. And it's on a 2-minute cooldown, which is, a minute longer than your minor cooldowns. But overall, I think it'll be alright. We got two guys over here. Alright, so I'm going to send in my little pet here. Make him act like he knows what he's doing. I'm just going to throw out my Dark Arbiter. I just want to see the damage on it after that, because I don't know where that came from. That's an 800. That's a 1.7 mil. That's a not mil. That's a little high. It's 1.7, 1.7, 1.7. Alright, so it definitely, it might have. And did it? Oh, yes it did. Alright, so it was the Dark Arbiter. Alright, so we figured it out. It was the Dark Arbiter dealing that much damage. And it was also because of the RP dump that we put into him. So if you use Dark Arbiter and then you RP dump, that thing is going to scale to an insane amount of damage. And that was really only a couple death coils in comparison to how long he lasts, for 20 seconds. If you were able to dump, let's say, multiple rows of runic power into something, you might have that Dark Arbiter hitting for 5,000 to 6,000. Kind kind of curious about what's going on with his damage right now. I saw a rare spawn over in this area earlier, and I'm gonna go try and look for him.